Congresswoman, welcome back to the program here. Democrats are saying Medicaid is at risk. Republicans say it is not. The Congressional Budget Office says there's no way that Republicans can meet their budget target without cutting Medicaid or Medicare. The question right now, do you think that Texans should really be concerned about this, or does politics still have time to play itself out?
I think Texans need to be very, very concerned about Medicaid cuts. With the budget that was passed solely on partisan lines, Medicaid is going to have to be cut based on the top line budget numbers. And I think the Congressional Budget Office, it's a nonpartisan organization. It's there to call balls and strikes. And I think they're absolutely right. They're going to cut Texas Medicaid. It's going to harm a lot of families.
How many do you think are in the crosshairs because of this?
Well, in Texas 32 alone, there's over 100,000 people on Medicaid. And in the Dallas area, many, many more. And in Texas, millions. It's really going to affect kids. Our children are going to be hungry. Our children aren't going to get health care that they need. It's amazing that the Republicans want to hurt kids like they do. Our seniors, our nursing homes and long-term care facilities are going to have dramatic impacts. And that's going to really put families in a bind with respect to how they deal with aging loved ones and a myriad of other issues. It's really upsetting and very concerning. And it's something I'm really worried about.
You signed a letter the other day, along with 150 other of your House colleagues there, demanding that the acting head of the Social Security Administration really step in and stop President Trump and Elon Musk from cutting the workforce there at the Social Security Administration. I'm just curious, though, what can the acting head do to stop the president and Elon Musk from coming in and doing what they want? Doesn't the acting head report to the president?
Yes, but it still is communicating our extreme disgust for what they're doing. When they cut 60% of the workforce of Social Security, only one thing's going to happen. Our seniors aren't going to get their Social Security checks. There's going to be problems. There's going to be, glitches in the system, new people coming on, all the things that our staff does. And it's just really alarming that the Trump administration is so hell-bent on hurting the most vulnerable people in our society, people who need that Social Security check in order to benefit his buddies like Elon Musk. They're just trying to trim the budget everywhere they can in order to give tax breaks.
Republicans say, listen, we're not cutting the benefits, we're only cutting the workforce there.
That makes no sense, though. I mean, yes, okay, you're entitled to the benefits, but if you don't have anybody there to actually process the claim and deal with all the issues, then your benefit isn't going to happen. And so I think that's the issue. Obviously, we've had a lot of employees who've made our Social Security system. People are used to having that check show up in their bank account and in a reliable fashion, and the government needs to be reliable, and it takes employees to do that.
Let's talk about President Trump's address to Congress the other night. Congressman Al Green from Houston interrupted the president and was removed by the sergeant at arms there, as we all saw, and then got censured on Thursday. Is this the best way for Democrats to take a stand, or is there another strategy that Democrats could be doing to be in the opposition here?
I think Democrats are trying to protest in every way possible, and everybody has their mode of protest that works for them. And that certainly was what Congressman Green chose to do. I have protested numerous times outside of various agencies. I'm protesting in my committees. I'm protesting to decision makers, rallying the troops. I think Democrats out there are protesting at town halls and all the things. And I think we all just need to protest in all the ways and every way and every day, everywhere that we can.
Forgive me for not knowing, but did you stay in the chamber? Were you in the chamber for the address?
I was.
Okay.
I felt like it's my responsibility as an elected official to be there. My constituents, 800,000 or so, elected me to be here and attend events like this and to hold truth to power, to be witness to what is happening and to be able to come back and talk about it and hold the administration accountable for what they say.
We were watching from afar, and I was trying to make out who was who and where was where during all that. You released a statement following the president's speech saying the president stood before the American people and lied. You also said it's critical that the president be held accountable. How would you hold the president accountable?
Well, I'd love to see Congress do its job. You know, the Republicans in Congress are failing the American people. We have committees, we have subpoena powers, we have opportunities there as the legislative branch to hold the executive branch accountable. And the Republicans in Congress are completely abdicating their responsibility. They hold all the gavels. They hold the ability to issue subpoenas. The Democrats don't. But it's unfortunate that the Republicans in Congress are just sitting by, silently allowing this administration to trample over the three branches of government. It's really disturbing to me.
Just before our interview started here, I got word about a bill you filed to strengthen Customs and Border Patrol. And honestly, I did a second look at this saying, was this Julie Johnson, a Democrat from Texas? Every time we hear about strengthening the border, it's always coming from Republicans. What do you have in mind with this legislation?
Well, you know, Democrats care about border security and Democrats could be part of the solution. And I think it's important. You know, the Republicans haven't fixed it. If you'll notice, the Republicans have been in charge in our state for 3 decades and they haven't fixed anything or done anything. And so, I feel like in my time in the state legislature and my time up here and meetings that I've had, it's just very clear that we don't have enough personnel in order to effectively and timely process people's applications. And that is really one of the biggest impediments to a safe and secure border. People come here, they have to wait 5 or 6 years for a timely appointment. And we need a fair, fast, and final immigration system. And I campaigned on this issue that I wanted to be part of the solutions. I think we can do it in a very humane way while still, being compassionate to those that are really seeking to live the American dream and be part of our amazing country, but also while having a secure border. They're not mutually exclusive. You can care about the people coming and have a secure border at the same time.
Is your legislation talking about adding more immigration judges, or is it more physical boots on the ground there? I think you talk about in 3 years, at least 2,200 Customs and Border Patrol personnel are going to retire, and the agency is already short almost 6,000.
Right. It's all of the above. Really what it is a study to make sure that the people that we have on the border have the technology they need, the equipment they need, and we have the sufficient personnel that we need. And that includes court personnel and processing and all of the things, just to take a more holistic look at it. Because, at the end of the day, what we have is we have the greatest country, and most people initially in some form immigrated here. And we have a country that should be open to people to be able to come here, but we have a process, and our process needs to be efficient, it needs to be fair, and it needs to be final, where people know that they have a resolution, and we're not just releasing people into this country to have to show back up for a hearing 5 years later. That's not responsible or reasonable to anyone. And I just think we're trying to address some of these systemic problems at the border and try to make it better.
Let's zoom out just for a moment here. Republicans obviously have total control of the federal government, and some people are asking, where in the world is the opposition? Why aren't we hearing more from Democrats? Why aren't they doing more out there? Do you think Democrats should be doing something differently?
Well, we don't hold the lever. The checks and balances on the administration are in the hands of Republicans right now. They control all the committees. We could subpoena people and have them call and have public hearings. The Republicans are having private hearings. Impeachment, but that's, again, under the control of the Republicans. Democrats, we're out raising hell every day. I protest every day. I talk about it every single day. And so we all are in our own formats to our own constituents. I'm here talking to you. And so, we're out here doing the things as best as we very can.
You're just a couple of months into this new position here in Congress and the federal government. Is it everything you've ever dreamed of?
Well, I think my time in the Texas legislature certainly prepared me for this experience. It's the honor of a lifetime to be a member of the United States Congress. It's just a blessing that I have, and it's something I don't take for granted. And I take my role here very seriously and look forward to every opportunity I can to move the needle on the values that I have and the values that my constituents have that elected me here, and to be a good representative for North Texas.
Congresswoman, good to see you. Thank you for the time.
Always a treat. Thank you so much.